What's going on, YouTube? We're back with another video. I had a request to do a video about rev matching. Now I know a lot of people that ride a lot or whatever, this just kind of comes natural. It's hard to do as a beginner. Basically you're trying to bring the motor RPMs with the transmission, with the gear you're going into when you're downshifting. So basically with a bigger bike, if you're downshifting and you don't rev match, it can lock your rear wheel up, put you into like a wheel hop, sort of scare the shit out of you if you're not used to it. Again, rev matching is something that the more you ride, the more comfortable you become with the clutch and the throttle. You just get used to blipping it when you're downshifting. You're basically using the engine brake at its best potential when you rev match. So the way it works is just like when you upshift, you push in the clutch, let off the gas, upshift, give it gas and let the clutch out basically at the same time. When you downshift, if you don't rev match, kind of sounds like this. And it just kind of high revs your engine, where like right now I'm in second, I want to go into first, so I'll just blip the throttle. And it just makes a smooth transition, no wheel hop, doesn't put a lot of strain on the chain, on the back tire or wheel, or your transmission. Again, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's easy. The more you ride, it'll become second nature. Like, you'll just start doing it, not even realizing you're doing it. And it's a good way to use engine braking. Because again, if you don't, it just bucks you like that. It's not very smooth. So like when you're upshifting, throttle off, clutch in, upshift, give it throttle, let the clutch out. And it's very important to do because again, it causes a lot of strain on the transmission, on the motor, really, because you're high revving the hell out of it when you downshift and don't rev match. So you're trying to basically match the motor RPM with the transmission speed, is what it boils down to. So basically, instead of doing this and getting bucked forward and wanting to high rev because you just went into a lower gear, it's really timing of the downshift and blipping the throttle. So basically bikes don't like to just downshift and not rev match. It's the same scenario in a car. If you've driven a manual, they kind of buck and things just feel rough if you don't rev match. You want that smooth transition, downshifting to each gear. So what you're doing is, as you're letting off the throttle and pulling the clutch in and clicking down, at that very second that you're about to let the clutch out, just before, it's kind of the same motion, you're blipping the throttle just a little bit, just a little bit, to get the RPMs up to match the transmission speed that you're about to go into. Otherwise it just high revs and it puts a lot of strain, and you kind of feel the buck forward, like it's kind of like whoa type of thing. So like here, I'm going to downshift, just blip the throttle and the engine brakes nice and smooth, no bucking. And it's also, like I said, it's not as violent on these little bikes. I mean, this is a 125cc Z125, but if you're on a 300 on up, you can chirp the back tire if you just downshift and don't rev match if you're going too fast. It'll literally just put you in a wheel hop. So if you're going to practice it, I would suggest just picking back roads and just play around at like 20-25 miles an hour, you know, whatever you're on. If it's a Grom or anything bigger, go 20-25 miles an hour, get into second gear, maybe third, and just practice blipping the throttle as you downshift and let the clutch out. Before you know it, you'll just be doing it naturally. It's not really something I feel like you need to practice too hard. Like, don't overthink it, is what I'm trying to say. It just sort of happens, nice and smooth. You're just blipping the throttle when you push the clutch in and click down, letting the clutch back out while giving it gas. But that would be my suggestion to anybody trying to learn it. Go on back roads, big parking lot, maybe late at night, something like that. Get up to second, third gear and just practice downshifting. Like, I'm doing 32 in third. If I just downshift into second now, it just high revs, like for instance, and it just bucks you forward, and you don't want that. So again, I'm doing 32. I'll get up to this street up here where I gotta turn right, and this time I will rev match and you'll see the smooth transition. No bucking. Nice and smooth. The engine's doing the braking for me. I say practice it slow because if you are trying to learn and you're on a big bike that actually has power, if you fuck it up, you can lock your rear tire up and go into wheel hop. You don't want that. If you really feel like it's something you need to master, like right now, practice on back roads and keep it right around 30. And I don't always rev match every time I stop. It's only when I'm basically coming up to, if I see a turn I have to take, or a stop sign I know I'm coming up to, yeah, I'll rev match and slow it down accordingly. Where sometimes you come around a bend and there's a stop sign right there and I just push the clutch in and stop. You don't have to rev match every single time. So without making this video too long and getting people bored, a lot of people that ride motorcycles know how to rev match. I understand beginners want to learn how to do it, and it is good to know it. Basically, you're just pushing in the clutch, downshifting, blipping the throttle, and easing the clutch back out with gas. So you want the RPM, because again, I'm doing 26, right? So if I put it into second, it goes up to almost 6,000 RPM. That's kind of where you want it if you're at that speed going into second, so it's smoother and don't buck you forward. So now I'm doing 26. If I wanted to go into second, say I had to, oh shit, I got to turn at this road. Nice and smooth, no bucking forward. So I hope this helps. I can make any video anybody wants to, you know, if you're learning how to ride, I can try to make a video and demonstrate to the best of my ability. I've been riding a long time. So sometimes what comes naturally to me is like, well damn, how do I explain this? So I hope just downshifting, letting you see the RPM, or hearing it just kind of jolt you forward if you don't rev match. And once you rev match, it just makes a smoother transition. You're just getting the motor speed with the transmission for a smoother transition. every time you downshift. So anyways, I hope that helps. If you need more information on it, just let me know. And I'll be making more videos tomorrow and this weekend. So there, besides this one, this is an extra. So I'll be putting up 2 videos this weekend by Saturday night. And this one will be the 3rd. I was asked to do it, so I wanted to make sure I got it up there. I have a couple more turns to make before I stop the video, so I'll do another couple rev matches. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Helps me get in the algorithm so more people can see my channel. Again, subscribing is free. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to click on that, I'm not paying for anything. It's literally just free. It just makes me, if you subscribe to my channel, it just kind of makes me appear in your algorithm on YouTube. When you open up YouTube, you'll just see more of my stuff more frequently. So this is my last turn before I end the video. I'm gonna rev match. Makes it nice and smooth. The engine does the braking. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And until next time, thanks for watching.